Alright YouTubers, it's Crypto 101 here, and in this session I'm going to tell you another reason why you should get into Pundi. They are having a community building event for Okex. The first time around, there was a contest on Okex for 5 different coins. Pundi X was one of them, so they didn't win this contest, and the platform that got listed was credits. Okay, so Pundi X has a second chance now to get listed on Okex. They announced this on May 22nd, and today is June 1st. So far, they only have about 300 participants who registered onto Okex and deposited 1 Ethereum for the community building event. Alright, so you can see right here, it says that they need 3,000 members to register and deposit 1 Ethereum on Okex. Now, these people who do deposit 1 Ethereum on Okex will get both NPXS and also the NPXS NEM tokens as additional bonus. Now the thing is, over here they didn't clearly explain that after they register 3,000 members, they will get listed on Okex officially. Okay, so it wasn't clear. All we can see from this reading, this article on Medium, is that people get rewarded with NPX and NPXS NEM tokens. That's all we can understand from this. So on a Telegram group, they actually announced that all they need is 3,000 members total to register and deposit 1 Ethereum. And that will allow them to be listed on Okex. And if you guys don't know what Okex is, it's the #2 ranked exchange on coinmarketcap. So I can show you that right over here. You can see that's #2. Binance is #1. Sometimes these alternate, Okex and Binance. I've seen them switch off here and there. Some of the top exchanges is going to pick up Pundi X, and they're going to bring a huge volume. And Okex is a $1.4 billion exchange. All right, so that's some serious money there. We're talking about billions, and that's only a 24-hour volume too. So that's heavy. And we can currently see what Pundi has on their exchange total. 24 hours, and look at that, the highest one is about 1.2 million. Okay, Bancor at 920, close to a million. So they're not doing too much in terms of volume because they're on all these smaller exchanges. Now you guys already know Pundi is going to get listed on BitZ. They're not live yet, but it will happen in about 2 weeks from what we heard from the admin. Alright, so this is an announcement, and so far it's the 1st on June, and they already have about 300 people who signed up to vouch for them for Okex, alright, for that community building. So that's 300 people, so you're talking about roughly 100 people a day, probably less. That might be enough if they consistently pull that off every single day, alright, because they need 2,700 more registered members that deposit 1 Ethereum onto Okex site in order to get Pundi listed. That's all they need, 2,700 more. So if every day they had consistently about, because there's 26 days left, alright, so if they had about 100 a day and probably a little more near the end, hey, they could easily get to that listing requirement, alright, of 3,000 members to register. Because honestly, there's ways to kind of fiddle and break the rule. You can actually register multiple times too, and that will count. There's ways around it, and I'm sure people are going to do it anyways, so they can also earn more Pundi. Alright, so we have that potential coming up at the end of this near the end of this month. People will be speculating, and if they are successful and they do announce the listing, you could bet the price will go up because of that. And in the middle of the month, Pundi will be listed on BitZ, and BitZ, if you guys haven't noticed already, is on coinmarketcap as rank 10 with a volume of about 198 million. Alright, so there's a huge difference of BitZ versus Okex. BitZ, you have 198 million in total volume versus the #2 exchange in the world at 1.4 billion. So this news is going to be a lot bigger than the one that we had before. So this is another reason why you guys got to really pick up some more Pundi right now while the price is down. For me, I'm just gonna keep accumulating, but I'm gonna cost dollar average it. I'm just trying to keep buying it lower and lower if possible. At this point, it seemed like it's sticking close to that 1 cent market. It's not really moving too far. I can even show you the graph here. You can see that right there. That's 1 cent right over here. It sticks around this area very tight like a magnet, and it went below just a little bit once, but that was only at 0.009. okay, but everything it just stays above this support line at 1 cent, or it goes slightly under but not too far. If you guys don't have NPX tokens, you guys might want to consider getting some now, because the game has just changed. All right, because you guys seen the difference in the exchange volume of Okex, which is the #2 exchange in the world. They're going to get listed on, potentially get listed on that. These guys are unstoppable at the moment. I feel like they have no problem hitting that goal and getting listed on Okex. So see, look at this, guys. All right, their top exchange is CoinRail, and look, CoinRail is ranked 87, and their volume is only at 3.5 million total. Way off. Okay, so just think about it, 3.5 million total. This is their largest exchange, okay? And now let's compare it back with BitZ, which they're gonna get listed on in about 2 weeks, and this is at 198 million. All right, you guys see that? So 3.5 versus 198 million. The numbers are way off, okay? So that's BitZ, which is ranked 10, but now once they get on Okex, they're flying to the moon. You'll never ever see 1 cent Pundix anymore if they get the announcement that they're going on Okex. And even when they get listed on BitZ, I don't think we'll be seeing that 1 cent mark anymore. So that's why I'm kind of loading up at this point. Right here, Okex 1.4 billion. It's about 7x. All right, that's about 7 times the volume, total volume of exchange in 24 hours when you're comparing BitZ to Okex. Alright, you guys get it? So that's coming up. And if you guys do want to participate too, I believe you're a US resident, you guys can't participate, unfortunately, but for most part of the world, you guys can. And all you have to do is register with this link here. And first, I'll definitely leave the link to this page, so you guys will have the instructions right there for you. Alright, so you're going to use this link, deposit 1 ETH into your Okex account, you send Pundi an email with all the following details. And it goes over each one with you. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it's pretty straightforward. You just got to go ahead and read it. Alright, so moving on. Now, why Pundi? So if you guys haven't watched any other Pundi videos, you guys probably wondering what's so good about Pundi X. Well, I'll tell you what, they have a POS system, and they're going to have it launched on retail outlets, convenience stores, potentially 7-Elevens. A lot of these POS systems pre-ordered, and they hit way above their market rating in the estimated pre-orders. Alright, so the key difference of their POS system versus anyone else's is that not only you could use your cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever they carry, to purchase items, but you could also buy Bitcoin at the store. That was one of the key difference that separated that from any kind of debit card system that we've seen that uses cryptocurrency. But Pundi also allows Visa and MasterCard payments. Okay, so it's all in one thing. It's not just crypto and that protocol. They're able to combine their card to use Visa and MasterCard. And on top of that, Apple Pay and Samsung Pay, and also Alipay as well, which is not listed here. So the Alipay I can't confirm, but I did read about it in other tweets. Hey, they can do it all. So I don't see any other company out there can compete and do the same thing, offering all these services that anyone needs, when it comes to the most popular payment systems. In the United States, we have Square. It buy and sell cryptocurrency, but that's only on the app. They don't have it available for the POS system. No one has that in the world. So that's why everyone's trying to work with Pundi, and all these companies are actually pre-ordering their POS systems, all right? Because it's an all-in-one, and there's basically no competition whatsoever. If there was going to be competition, they better have a lot of money to go head on head with Pundi, because Pundi has already had a huge head start. All right, so their network effect will multiply very fast, very soon. And any competitor that try to come by, they're going to need a lot of money and a really strong team to push it to the level where Pundi's at right now, because Pundi's going to have a huge head start in the game. And as you can see, all the partnerships here, you have Nem, Qdom, you guys are familiar with that, Stellar, E2Pay. There's a lot of companies from Asia, Zcash as well, and another important one that you guys have to know about. So they're also a partner with American Chamber of Commerce in Korea. This Chamber of Commerce, they're gonna support, it says support, introduce and promote Pundi X solutions to its members, right? Which includes McDonald's, Nike, Starbucks, and Aston Martin. All right, so if Pundi just lands on one of these companies, one of these large enterprises, you bet you could see 100x. Because that revenue they could bring on with McDonald's alone, you could see 100x Pundis. It's possible. Because they'll be the first one hitting the mainstream. And so far, they have a head start compared to other projects out there. Getting into the hands of the average user, that's the main thing. Anyone can use their cards to make payments at McDonald's or a convenience store like 7-Eleven. So that's their entire goal, is just to get into those stores, you know, for your daily activities, all right, that everyone uses, that everyone frequents, and they're going to be the first one to do it. That's what's most important. That's what I see that's really important when it comes to why everyone is going to support Pundi and try to push them to the top. All right, so we're going to look at the price and see what happened since my last video. So right over here, this is actually when I announced the potential listing on Okex, because their voting, it was showing that they were going to get listed. It was a strong chance. And right after that, right, you can see the price spike here. A lot of people came and purchased Pundi up to this level. It just kind of went out of control, parabolic at one point, crash, but it did continue to grow over time here, and it's a kind of a double top, you know. This one, second time around, it was trying to make it up there, but it couldn't, so I had to come back down. It's normal cycle. This thing just went way too high, way too fast, so came back down, continuing growth here. The final announcement, right, so after the vote was 100% to get listed on BitZ, people sold the news. So you know how people buy the rumor? This is what they did. They saw that it was going to get voted on, and I even made a video about that they're very likely to get completed on voting and listed on BitZ. People bought it up during that period from this level. After that, the announcement came out officially that they completed the vote and they're going to get listed. So there, people are selling right over here. That's a common practice. That's what happens all the time. People sell the news. So that was done. But also keep in mind, during that period, there's going to be a snapshot right on the 31st, end of the month. So that's what happened. So everything just kept climbing until that point. And then right after the snapshot, the price dropped again, because people already got their snapshot, their tokens are going to be on the way, and they don't need to hold all the Pundi on their ERC20 wallet anymore. So they took it out, they sold it, and this is where it's at now. All right, so we're at this level at 0.0098, and it's sticking to that 1 cent level like a magnet. I've just been seeing around 1 cent for quite a long time, you know, ever since all over here. So since 26th of, yeah, starting after 26th of May, you know, it was above it. The 1 cent mark is very critical for Pundi. But I'm telling you guys, this 1 cent, we won't be seeing that a couple months from now. All right, especially after all the listing, like a month from now, I'm very sure that we won't see this at 1 cent. It's going to be much higher, all right, with all this volume that's coming in. Because look at that here, you know, 1.7 million is the largest volume that they have for CoinRail. It's small. You see that? 24 hour, 4.4. Okay, that's a 24-hour volume. That's not much. Wait until they get a real exchange. It's going to be very exciting. It's coming up in 2 weeks. All right, Okex. So prepare for that. Just keep entering positions. Accumulate now, because we will not see this 1 cent mark again. All right, so now you guys know that they do have a very high total supply, and there was some concerns shown in the Telegram group that I have. So people are wondering, you know, because they have like 68 billion in total supply, or maybe even 72 billion, it's a lot. And I mean, that explains the price, right? Why is it in 1 cent and less than 1 cent? Because it's the supply. But what is the circulating supply? That's the question that we need to know. And the reason why they're actually stopping the circulating supply on CoinMarketcap is because they're doing a swap with the ICO tokens, which is PXS, and the sync with the old token. That's all. But once this come back on, people can see this ranking. Supposedly I heard that was around like rank 33. That's where it's supposed to be at, all right? And right now it's ranked 1,367. All right, so just imagine once it gets back onto that level where it's ranked 33, it's going to be more credible. But right now, is people don't really know why is this ranked so low, and it'll cause people to be a little skeptic, you know, because they don't see how this thing works. So it will help a lot. It will help out a lot. So once they get the circulation back in, the point I was trying to make is that even with the circulating supply being high with the total supply, it's not a problem. They burn tokens, and this is actually going to offset that. Because what I'm hearing is that every time the unlock comes out every month, those tokens are added into the total supply. I might be wrong on this, but from what I'm hearing, that's what happens. And I'm just going to keep increasing. Of course, it increases the circulating supply because it's given to the users too, right? So that's going to devalue the coin, because 7.3%, I believe that's what it was, or 7.16. It's a lot. every month. All right, it's very enticing to get new members in, but still it's a lot. But because they're able to burn the tokens, that's going to offset everything. This alone, after reading this, I felt a lot more comfortable with Pundi and the large supply. But here you go, it says high token burns will happen when every crypto related transaction goes through the XPOS device. Alright, so just imagine how many POS systems they're going to have out, how many transactions happening on each POS system throughout the day. It's going to be a lot of tokens burned consistently. Alright, so the value of Pundi will continue to keep going up because there's less supply every day. And not just a card transaction with the POS system, but also when they list other tokens in the XPOS, loyalty programs that they have, also the ads paid in the POS system, and also payment transactions, of course, right? So that's huge. There's a lot of token burning that's going to happen with every transaction. So there you go. There's nothing to worry about when you're talking about the high supply. They're burning the tokens. This is just going to become more and more valuable. All right, so in Q1 2019, this is their roadmap. They wanted to deploy a minimum of 50,000 XPOS units. Okay, that's their POS system. They already have a pre-order of 26,000. All right, so they're already halfway there of their goal for next year. They're already halfway there. All right, so how much confidence would that bring to everybody? Knowing that. It'll be nice if there was a counter to see how many POS systems have been pre-ordered, you know? That would be fun to watch, but unfortunately they don't have that yet. And yes, also, here is the Pundi token unlock calculator. So this is pretty cool. I should have used this on my last video, but just found this now. But say for example, you wanted to put 10,000 into Pundi because you know this one is one of the tokens for 2018 that could really change your entire portfolio. So since it's 1 cent, we're gonna put 1,000,000 tokens. Right, and we're going to do this for 1 year. If you were to leave it in the ERC20 wallet, right, it could be MyEther wallet, MetaMask, your Nano S, whatever you use, hold it in there for 1 year and you let it compound. It's about 7.16 if I remember correctly what the unlock is for 1 year. All right, so you would get, so you have 1,000,000 tokens, you spend 10,000, you would get 732,000 tokens as a compound for an entire year. Okay, that's $7,300 a year. All right, for just holding the MPXS tokens on ERC20 wallet. That's a 73% gain in a year. You can't get that kind of return by, you know, holding any tokens anywhere. All right, so this is the opportunity of a lifetime. That's how I see it for me. Also, I know the value of Pundi will keep growing because of all these potentials that I'm seeing right now, and also the fact that they're getting listed on 2 major exchanges, or at least Okex. We still have to wait and see, but I'm pretty sure they're going to get listed. Alright, so here is a 4-hour chart of Bitcoin. So far it's looking like it's continuing in this trend, bouncing right off of this line right here, the trend line, pretty well. Very precise, right? You can see that. If I can zoom in for you, you can see that once it dips right under, it just bounces right back up. Okay, so it happened many times, respecting this trend line right over here. This is where we're at right now, bouncing around the 7,500 level. Alright, so we are seeing some sideways action and it's not really going anywhere right now, but just holding above that 7,400. So what we have here is BitZ. It's going to list Pundi X, and here you go. And in BitZ, this is around the mid-June. We don't know, nobody knows the exact date, time they're going to get listed on BitZ, but there's, you know, the admin said about 2 weeks from now, so roughly just mid-June. Okay, so expect that, and that's going to be pouring huge amount of volume into Pundi. Alright, so we could easily see a price spike because of that. So it's a good time to start accumulating now. And even if Bitcoin drops, all right, even if Bitcoin drops, it's still a good time to buy Pundi because we know that this exchange is coming up anytime soon, all right, to take it up there. So it'll actually make Pundi a lot cheaper, which is even better for us. For the next couple of days over the weekend, it's usually slow. You know, we don't see much volume coming in on the weekends. Expected to go a little sideways, nothing crazy, but once it comes back to Monday, we might be able to see this thing either go up or down. We'll see by then. This kind of looks like we bottomed out it's hard to say. But over here it looks like a very good sign. You can see on top that it bounced just like that. Drops quick, bounce up, drops quick, bounces up, drops quick, kind of went sideways, quick dip, came back up quick, and went sideways. All right, so if we see more sideways action going on from here, we do have a little chance that it could continue on a bull run, but it's really hard to say. It looks better to see this sideways action versus none at all, or versus a bounce and then drop again. So it's actually looking better because it didn't just bounce and drop, it's going sideways. So we can see this build up, consolidate hopefully around this level, but most likely this is the area throughout the summer that I'm expecting, you know, the price to stay or hover around at. We will see. All right, so hey, if you guys are invested into Pundi, don't just sit around after watching this video and just expect the price to go up. Do your part too. Tell people, share this video, even comment or like. This will help this video rank and spread the word, just to get it out there so we can try to get Pundi listed on Okex. Let's nail the deal and make sure they do get listed on Okex, because it's the #1 or #2 exchange in the world, which is going to guarantee success for Pundi and for all of us. All right, so do your part. It's not that hard. You know, you could just sit there all day and not take action, or actually do something about it. All right, hey, if you make videos, make a video about this. Make a video about them getting listed on Okex. All they need to do is get more people to register for Okex and deposit 1 Ethereum and show proof to Pundi. And that's it. All right, so we're at about 300 registrants in. They need 2,700 more, maybe 2,600 more by now, but it's almost there. Every day, if they can just do at least 120, 150 registered members on Okex, it shouldn't be a problem. But they have about 20,000 people in their Telegram group. It's a large group. They have a lot more people that are not in their Telegram group too, right? That's invested, and that's probably ready to vote too. So I do see that they will get listed, a very strong chance again. That's why I'm letting you guys know, and it will help out a lot if you guys do your part too. And also just share this video or tell somebody about this event that's coming up. All right, so take action. Let's make it happen right over here. All right, so if you guys are new to this channel, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys on the next video.